Yeah, mutations are random changes. So basically you've got these specifications in the DNA that say how to make incredible things like motors and linear motors and rotary motors, and all sorts of amazing contraptions are specified in the DNA. And so these instructions, it's like a massive computer program. And the mutations are accidental changes in that information. So can you imagine throwing some accidental changes into a computer program and expect it to actually become a more complex computer program? That's what the problem with mutations is, and that's why they're being downplayed. Because if you go back many years ago, when mutations were discovered, they said, oh, this is the mechanism for evolution to find new information. And then they embarked on this massive program of a mutation breeding of fruit flies. So they zapped fruit flies with irradiation, like gamma rays, to make them mutate, thinking they make them into superflies. And it never happened. They just created defective flies. And then they've done it with crops and things, and mutation breeding of crops, and all you get is defective things. Sometimes defective things can be useful. Like, for example, a dwarf wheat can be better than a tall wheat because it doesn't fall over, but you're still broken something to do that. So they've never found a mutation which actually adds a new gene or adds new information to make evolution believable. So all this has gone cold. The whole idea of zapping things with gamma rays and making them mutate and making them into superbugs and things, they recognise it doesn't work. So now they're teaching evolution as if mutations are really, mutations happen, but it's all about natural selection. That's what they're doing. And why do they do that? Because I think that most students would recognise that mutations just don't cut it to explain the information.
But what about, Don, with mutations? I know there can be deletions within the DNA, but then I've heard people say, well, there's also insertions. So there you go. You've got some new information. You've got an insertion in the DNA. You've got more letters of DNA. Therefore, there's more information. Could that not work? Could that not help evolution?
Well, you can get letters inserted, but it's like our computer program. Insert a letter. Is that going to make the computer program into something better? No, it actually wrecks it. And that's what you find these things do. Insertions, deletions, none of them create a new gene. See, humans, for example, have over 130 different gene families, and gene families are entirely different structured genes.